Yeah, okay, so on social media, everyone knows that social media is a very fat term. What on earth does it mean? Some people say social media is about creating, it's word of mouth on steroids. Ultimately, like anything else, you've got to choose the ways in which you generate kind of socially relevant communication online. So the first thing you need is a strategy. What is it that you're trying to do? Are you trying to get people to engage in a conversation about your product or service with a view to harnessing kind of a feedback mechanism? Are you trying to get your message out in a far more collaborative, kind of real human way? I think ultimately you need to define what is the role of social media for your brand, and that will help you define what you want to do. So let's assume, for example, that you've said that you want a forum for fans of your brand to join online and share conversation about your brand, and Facebook is one of those kind of examples. I mean, Burger King kind of ruined it for brands, so with their Facebook app that asks you to delete friends from your kind of network, Facebook have since put several barriers in place that require brands who are launching applications to pass it via kind of Facebook protocol. I would say that is probably the most difficult kind of thing for brands to do. However, overall the cost of entry is very low. It's very easy to build a profile for your brand on YouTube, on Facebook in general terms. The costs come from things like how well designed do you want it to be. The other thing to note is when you do social media, you don't just start and stop. This is a long-term commitment. It kind of refers to a point I've raised earlier, which is brands live on in the minds of consumers rather than the marketeers who run them. So if you assume that the brand has a lifetime value in a consumer's life rather than a marketeer's life, you're engaging in ongoing dialogue. You can't just stop and start a conversation as you choose. And as you build momentum and as your social media activity becomes more successful, you'd hope that you are building more conversations and a larger community. So you need to think about the infrastructure as a brand owner that allows you to engage in real dialogue on an increasingly kind of mass scale, and that requires resource, money. It requires you to think about what is the protocol for dealing with a negative statement. Can you facilitate 24/7 instant conversation? Do you have a brand kind of guideline or a tone of voice book that means that 4 or 5 people employed to work on your brand are able to talk consistently with one voice? So it might feel like a really nice thing that brands need to do to begin with, and it absolutely is, but I think as you can see, increasingly it becomes a very critical part of the marketing mix and something that needs to be resourced appropriately.